Hello everyone, welcome to the latest World of ZZT livestream where we are still fighting them Chrono Wars. We're almost done though. Here we are at the back end of part 11. We last left off thanks to a very awkward puzzle of finding all sorts of stuff around our ship before the enemy gets to us and blows us up. We have limited oxygen, we have limited something else. Shields. We have no shields. We've got to fix that, and very fast. Especially the shields. That's represented here by the ammo, which is already down to like 48-ish seconds. And I had to stop and figure out how to do this on camera because it is an extremely tight time limit. You don't know exactly what you're doing. Luckily, there's not a ton to do left. And once you get the shields going, the oxygen meter is far friendlier in terms of how much time there is. So let me sab to my notes here. I did copy the relevant portion of the walkthrough just to help me out a bit. I'm gonna rearrange my windows so I can look at it. I will be slightly not super present in chat as I run through this very fast, but let's resume. We are here. This is where you're supposed to put like all the stuff when you're done, and those scrolls are notes related to it. I don't have any of that though, so I've gotta run. Here we go. That's some water. Still rearranging windows. Only the wall west of here is a device that deactivates the laser wall to the east. Save here! Unless you think you can get out of that thing's way. Great. Then... where am I on this list here? It does not help that this walkthrough doesn't like name places. It just keeps saying, enter the red passage, go east, enter the green passage. Whoa, I lost my place. There we go. Ah, okay. Gotta get this battery. There we go. Now our no, okay. Our oxygen's the one that's fine. Our shields are the ones that we just fixed and we're about to be obliterated by not having up. And I don't like this weird double passage part because it ends up putting you on the farthest out passage. You have to do this weird little dance back and forth. So we're going to hunt down some more batteries in our various time carriers. Time ships. We're on the time carrier. So we get ourselves the heat tank. Another note from Cal. Laser wall keeping you out of the hangar bay is powered by its own battery. The battery can be reached on the side of the emitter facing the hangar bay. So I already did that. Oh yeah, that's a one-way passage for some weird reason. This is that same board. Wrap around here. Start loading up our tanks. We've got the good old heat tank. Sorry about the water every time. This battery into the, the circuit that helps separate matter from antimatter. That's important, I'm sure. We've got a warp core. And I like the little animation it does, though. I think that's pretty neat. Battery. Keep losing my place again. This walkthrough is just a nightmare to navigate. Do the heat tank, do the heat tank. Got the battery. Okay. So we didn't even get to see this board last time. Little bedrooms with closet crap and an oxygen tank. Cool videos that we can't watch. Yeah, Cal, really loves making the player do this. I don't even remember who we are right now. Are we Joe? We're Asher? We're one of them? There's so many of them. It's very annoying. Speaking of. Why do they make this stuff so difficult? Pretty sure we're Joe. Actually, I bet... Nope. That's not in play here. We'll never know who we are. Jasher. That sounds good. Yeah, we need one more battery. One more horrible water noise. Find the manual for the TV/VCR that lies in the back of the room. Alliance brand TV/VCR. Your Alliance brand TV/VCR is powered by a battery with a voltage of 5 Nork bangs. To change the battery, simply remove the panel to the right of the screen. And now that we have that information, we can use the TV/VCR battery to power the life support system. It's got enough Nork bangs. And you can see, since I turned the lights on in here in the corner, how it's like tracking all of this. Good work! You can get life support up again. Hal was no help to us, just sitting in the front seat the entire time. So yeah, we had gems were life support, ammo was the shields. I had it backwards at the beginning there. It did say to come back here. Okay, you did it. Alright. Now maybe we can get out of this pit. Come back to the cockpit. Pit, get it? Great joke. for anybody who was here on Friday, when I was playing When East Met West, at the end I said, oh, I think I'll make this one this Sunday a short stream and just wrap up this game, but this is the end. So, no, we're playing part 12. Taking off. With a cool animation. We did it! We're in orbit. Cal doesn't know many things. Hey, wait. Is there a background on the other boards? Oh, we're just blocked off now. Okay. That makes sense. Are the stars dazzling? Oh. Hello and welcome. Asher should be somewhere here. I think we've got everybody. We convinced them to come along with us, hypnosis or no hypnosis. Well, suppose it's time to go hunting for Chris. Into the green blocks we go. Brace yourselves. So did we just destroy the colony? That's the part I ended up spoiling myself on when I was playing earlier this morning. What did we blow up? I think we just blew up our colony. There's other colonies. We didn't destroy all of humanity or anything here, but... Oh, here we go. So the valiant Joe, Cal, Roto, Hewler, and Amy have escaped, destroying the Alliance installment in search of Chris, while the Intrepid remains to protect Carthar. Yeah, like, what did we... I mean, maybe it's supposed to be us blowing up just, like, the Capitol building? I really don't know what that was. It looks pretty clearly like we just, quote, nuked it from orbit, as they used to say. That's the end of this one. Tune in next time. Then it's just on to part 12. This is the second to last in the series. I haven't looked at this whatsoever. Oh, that's some typography. Chrono Wars 12. The Arch or Chris. That's definitely how you do it. This is definitely a much weaker title screen than all of the others. That's a cool title screen. That's the same, but that's a cool title screen. Cool title screen. Cool title screen. Decent title screen. Cool title screen. Cool title screen. Flashy title screen. It's kind of blinding. Ripped off title screen. This is just a yellow mess. It's very painful. Anyways, back to the cool ship. I think they're all credited to Dookie. I could be completely wrong on that. I wasn't paying attention to the details on any of those title screens other than whether they were cool or not. But I do know there is a big gap between 10 and 11, so it wouldn't surprise me if... I don't even think Z Omega was around that late, actually. Alright. Yeah, so are we gonna find Chris this episode? So, Joe, where do you want to go today? Yesterday, tomorrow? Cute. Well, we're looking for Chris, as weird as that seems. That doesn't mean that we can't check up on the progress of the human race. So, of course, take us in the only direction where there is anything, the future. But won't it be drastically different, now that humanity has settled down in ancient history? No, actually. Colonies have been cloaked and phased. Normal matter can pass through them, and so they have no effect on the outside world. That's convenient. Curious. So it keeps the settlements planted on the ground. Quite simply, gravity independence of matter. Don't ask me to explain how. The Chrono Wars story. Intriguing. I'm worried about history repeating itself. Are we all going to exist again in this new history, doomed to repeat it? No, this is a new history. Generally the same as ours, but not specifically. Hopefully, time travel will not be brought about in this timeline. Anyways, to check up on the progress of the settlement, let's go forward 100 years or so. Will do. Let's see if there's anybody else to talk to. I don't expect much out here. What's the problem with me? I can see 6 dimensions, but I can't even develop math for the square root of -1-dimensional topology. Oh, and I've worked out that chaos theory stuff. No chance in hell we can attempt timeline travel at this point. No reason to either, unless Chris is in an alternate timeline or something. Good, I'm glad this timeline is so different from the original. No lessons are learned in this series whatsoever. I'll call him Master. Roto, you're a part of the team. Everybody likes Roto. Why am I here? It's a question for all of us. You know, everyone here either has an astrophysics or mathematics degree, except me. The only degree I have is in history. That's why I brought you along. Dazzling stars. Amy... Who was Amy? I thought she died. She was on, like, Chris's ship and had, like, her own sabotage plan and died, like, 30 seconds later. That's actually a really good question. Where'd she come from? That was, like, a thing. That was like, oh boy, they introduced yet another character. Was that Lisa? Liz climbed the tree. Who's Lisa? I don't remember a Lisa. I remember an Amy. And a Liz. You know, 90% of, like, the universe died. But there's still too many characters for me to keep track of. Alright, let's do a time travel. Tripoli jumps forward 100 years with a temporal retraction field. Observe first the colonies and then the progress of life on Earth. They're gone! The whole settlement is gone! How? Let me see that. Oh, of course! Boy, am I foolish. I can't believe it. This is how we pay for using experimental technology to hide on ancient Earth. What? The laws of nature compensate for the creation of pure gravity by its separation from matter by separating time from space in the region containing the colonies. Take time away from space, and time flies, as the saying goes. They must be in the future somewhere. Take the ship in a forward course through time until you find the colonies, give or take about 500 years. I know the sensors on the ship jump under continual usage, so we'll need some error margin. This is a paragraph. Aye, sir. You wait about half an hour. Here we are, 3000 BC. The rise of civilization. This should be fun. Are things well on the colonies? Yes, just like they were in 900 million BC. They probably didn't even know they were gone. The laws of physics are holding for them as well. These jumps must happen in short bursts, for now anyway. Only we know what happened. No point in going back to the colonies, so what do we do now? Find Chris? Go to the surface of the planet? We'll go down as a group, and while we're there we can also study the earliest civilizations. We're really losing the plot here. Like, we're under the impression that Chris is still alive and still trying to conquer and or destroy any and all universes. We're just gonna, like, check out Mesopotamia or something. I suppose you're right. We must keep our minds... Thank you, Cal. We must keep our minds on the objective. First one... Shut up, Joe! I'm the captain now, and you're the pilot. And second, I'm the one who told you our objective is to search for Chris. Yes, sorry, sir. Good. And just between you and me, I doubt we're going to see Chris. This is just a joyride. It is, oh my god. I'm really using Asher's delusion as an excuse to take the lead against the rising Neo Alliance. Ah, well, we're close enough. Go to the transporter pad and we'll follow. This is wild. So, here we are. Chrono 12. The search for Chris. Wars, okay. Why are we here? One beta tester. How the mighty have fallen. Story so far. Is this really gonna sum up a dozen games? Okay. Okay, so starting on 223. Resistance to the Alliance, along with the remaining population of Earth. Okay, this is not starting with part 1, thank God. Has fled the universe after the devastating effects of the Chrono Wars on the fabric of time and space. The remaining human race has set up colonies that would later become the Fertile Crescent. Carthar, foundation of the Resistance, was threatened by the growing political power of the Neo Alliance, and Asher Wells, who had just returned to the colony after a long time, was missing for 1 year, then mysteriously returned. These events led to the eventual recommission of the Intrepid in Tripoli, the former to guard Carthar, and the latter to search for the unknown abductor, who they believed to be Chris. The crew of the Tripoli is Joe, Cal, Amy, Euler, and Roto. Asher, in shock after the incident, was left behind. Okay, no Asher. Enjoy! And we just get an open world here. I mean, we were being, like, shot at by, like, Neo... I guess they're called the Neo Alliance. But, like, that was just our base. I don't know if it was, like, being taken over, or if we were supposed to blow it up so it doesn't fall into enemy hands. Because we were, doing temporal research still, because we've learned nothing. I doubt this is Chris, but theoretically, yes, it could be. It's man. Fascinating! A young man from 3000 BC. I guess when East meant West, the foreign language. Sojourner Kikulastoham. Oh, well, there we go. It's a branch from Saxon. How would you know that? As horrible as the abuses of the Alliance were, they made prehistory into history. By studying ancient cultures firsthand, I was able to learn more by downloading useful information from the Intrepid's databanks. I'm very certain that Asher was, and Jane unlikely was as well. They're fine. I'm sure they're fine. These are actual ancient people. This is an alternate timeline, and this is everything running its natural course, and now we're interfering. So now we're gonna mess everything up. This is just plain old prehistoric man. So what did he say already? Who are you people? Gods? Oh, this is gonna go over real well. Ask him if we can use those torches he has in his knapsack. Joe. Joe. He said, only if you bring back something from your heavens for me. Quite willful in front of gods, isn't he? Something from your heavens. I did some geological studies and found out that these caverns are quite old. Came up to the surface recently. There must be some valuable stones inside. It's so dark in there. If we stumble around, maybe we'll find something. So we're going to go into a dark cave to find something so we can get torches for dark places. This... Oh, hello. Cool bird alert. Cool board alert. We have not seen any cool birds yet. And there's Carthar. It's doing fine. Sure is a beaut. Perfectly in place. The Intrepid is at its dock. All the people are still there. We could stay in this period, I bet. I know, no enemies, no alliance. It's almost too perfect. What's this key doing here? Sure doesn't look like it belongs in this period. And again, neither does Carthar up on the horizon. This is the Neo Alliance. They're back. In Neo form. Somehow. I don't know who they are. So, this is a legit pain to navigate. Well, I think it's being made up as the game goes along. Just enjoy the ride. Give me that cool blinking torch. Come on. Oh, that's funny. Torch burnt out. Maybe something reflect the light of the torch. Okay. This was not worth it. I'm sure I need that cool gem actually to trade for torches, but... Cool. Check out my cool rock! "12 torches for a gem." Yeah, don't want to mess up the timeline or nothing. Oh, it's some sort of Stonehenge. Think so? The inhabitants of this area are pretty primitive. Maybe more so than they should be during 3000 BC. They won't know what to make of this. Maybe you're right. Who built them then? One of us? Someone from the colonies? The only surviving colony is Carthar. Could someone from Carthar have done this? That's ominous. So I guess we have to hit these in a certain order that we do not know yet. A sign. Mueller, you can read the language of these people. It's in English! Way to go, Joe. Follow the stones in alphabetical order. I didn't see any letters on those rocks. It sounds identical to me. What's the idea here? I'm assuming this is like a do-re-mi puzzle, but they all seem to make this identical noise. Because then... I mean, that could be it. So then it would be 5-4. 1. 2, 3. Yeah, I don't know. We've still got another area to check out. And we've got torches now, so for all I know, there's more paths in those caves. Stone tablet. Can't read the written language of these people very well, as ironic as that may sound, but I can make out some of these words. Supreme entity, offering, temple. Must be some kind of list of religious laws. At the top, curious, there's a C there. It's the scariest of all letters. He's asleep on a pile of grass, sure. I really want to know what the non-lion animals in here are meant to be specifically. Uh-oh. Temple of the Gods. Hmm. This is a weird board. Okay, so we're worshipping the Chris Monument. Let's not kid ourselves. Why is this guy trying to shoot a key? Could be Carthar. I'm really feeling Chris here. Oh my gosh. Alright, this was not built by those idiots outside. Amy, please be nice to early man. I doubt it was. Apparently, this is where commoners gather to worship the Holy See, or whatever it is. But notice how much it looks like the first room in your tower back on Carthar. Even the pillars are here. Strange. Do we still get to, like, knock one over? Man's skin is much more pale than the others. He is pretending to pray, but he slips you a map of some kind. Greek letters, okay. You just, like, screen this, I guess. No, show me that again. I need to close it out. What the heck? There we go. It's a bow and arrow, left behind by one of the men. You have one shot, so save. Look over there. There's a cyan pressure plate. Something must be happening when we step on it. And there, we can probably shoot past the pools of water. There must be a way to get the yellow key we need to get out of there. Okay. I mean... yeah? I do like this little two-door contraption. That's a really clever way of needing a key to get in and out. That's a key running around. I really can't wait to find out what the deal with that is. Let's see. Wait, does it go like a zigzag? Or does it go 1, 2, 3 across 4, 5? Where's my screenshot? Okay, yeah. Is that not it? No, the corners are the only ones that make noise. So these are the objects for sure. So alpha, beta, is it gamma? This is also a test of what Greek letters I actually know. Oh man, what if it is? I mean, it could be. So then it would be A for alpha, beta. Actually, what is this letter? This one here, lower right. The not quite E shaped one, like the curved E. Eta. That makes sense. Now delta's the energizer on the HUD. That one's delta. That's another thing. For all we know, this is a broken puzzle. Why am I doing this when I have the walkthrough open in another tab? Let's see how this puzzle gets described. Touch the bottom right corners of these pillars. Bottom left, top right, top left, top middle, bottom right. I've definitely done that. Did I not do that combination? So hang on. That was alpha, beta, phi, gamma, eta. I don't... quite follow this puzzle exactly. I think it might have been like a weird reset thing, because... But if that's the case, like if we touched 3 and it only resets after you touch 5, we would always be desynced because I'd keep touching 5 more. So I don't know. I don't get it. But we're here. This doesn't look good. It's Lord Byron. Welcome, Joe, Roto, Euler, Amy, Cal. We have been expecting you. Where the heck are we, and where did we come from? All your questions will be answered in time. Sorry for not introducing ourselves. I am Nora, and that is Byron. This establishment, as advanced as we can make it from the materials bay of Carthar, is the Wells Foundation. Our computer is AVAC. Fascinating, ma'am. May I inquire about AVAC? Absolutely. It is the main power source and CPU of the Wells Foundation. It is powered by tachyons. We have discovered that if you release tachyons into just the right plane of hyperspace, they achieve normality and can be smashed to... That's alright, Nora. They know enough. So, tell us about how we got here. The man at the temple who handed you the combination for the door is a Wells operative. We knew it would be enough for you to reach us. Anyway, down to business. Things are very fishy around here, as I think you've noticed. No kidding. They're worshipping this big C. C for... Uh-oh, has Joe figured this out? Chris, we know. You see... We'll only tell you what you need to know. It's true that Carthar had jumped millions of years ahead to the age of ancient civilizations, but it didn't jump to 3000 BC. It arrived at 3400 BC. Okay? Way at the end of our margin of error. Dang it. At that time, Chris's fleet came. Yes, he has a fleet, but it's not the Alliance. Now, They brutally stormed Carthar and banished all its residents to outside 3400 BC. We are their descendants. But Carthar is populated with everyone who was there when we left. We know. We think Chris populated Carthar with clones. Great. But why? They probably knew you were missing. Didn't want you to find out anything was wrong in the eventuality that you would return. This seems excessive, but you did. Let me get this straight. Now Carthar, in response to the cloaking experiments, jumped forward to 3400 BC, where its population was shooed out by Chris and replaced by clones, while we, in search of it, wound up in 3000 BC as the descendants of the Resistance and found that the native humans are worshipping Chris. Well-spoken summary. Looks like we'll never be done with Chris. Wait a minute. For one, the natives are worshipping Chris. He must have built that temple. Is he trying to raise the human race to be his slaves? How do we stop him? Where are our friends? Your ancestors? Are they gone forever? I'm sorry, we've answered enough questions. What? What? Any ideas what's happening here? Nothing good. Oh no. Fan favorite Byron. So we don't get to recognize Nora's skeleton? That's unfair. Forbidden area. Do not enter. There's skeletons inside. Are these roads, or is this like something above the little Stonehenge, as they called it? Yeah, this game loves to use the Megazook sign sound. Drones in blue are thinkers. Since I do not sense your presence, you are the thinker. But you do not wear blue. You are therefore either drones out of uniform, or you are not drones. The latter is impossible. All have been assimilated by Gaia. You are thinker drones. Please get in uniform. I feel like there's so many characters that I think he's just picking names. Especially since they start out with, like, Joe, Jane, Chris. Drone presents you with some. You put on thinker uniforms. Okay. We're thinkers. Let it be known. Power station operative, awaiting instruction from supervisor. Some sort of circuit panel. I want to mess around in it, though. Mysterious stones. These are probably the only organized structures not created by Karths, and thus they challenge our god's power. I wonder how these monuments originated. They insult Karths. Who is Karths? Our god! Are your prime engrams an operative? Who are you? Identity is irrelevant. This drone surveys and maintains power stations. This future past sucks. Thinker drones wear blue. Worker drones wear yellow. Surveyor drones wear purple. Fighter drones wear red. Uh-oh, it's Carthar, and it's not looking good. It's definitely the same place, but not the same time. Yep. Onway. Okay, yeah, I just realized the stairs there. This is indeed a raised platform that somehow connects directly with that base. I feel like they should block it off rather than just having a sign, but... Actually, was there anything on this side? No. What have they been keeping down here? Cryogenic lab? Oh no, please don't tell me. Oh, the booth isn't empty. They all look pretty empty to me. Oh, well there we go. That's why we couldn't find Nora's skeleton. Okay, let's get some answers here. Okay, but I want a few answers of my own after that. What happened to AVAC? It was inevitable. Tachyon surge. Tachyons are simply too unpredictable to use for power. Unfortunately, they're all we had, from the Foundation plunder of the clone run Carthar. The surge most likely was accelerated by your presence. That could not have been a coincidence. It must have been me. My magnetic signature. Oh, I apologize. That's probably right, but no one's blaming you, Android. Why are you the only survivor? We created this shelter in the eventuality of a Tachyon surge, but we didn't expect one so soon. Oh, it was me. Just shut up, alright? Chrono is like finally getting some personality. Ran here as fast as I could, and so did the others. I just woke up yesterday, so I don't know why I'm the only one left, besides you people. And I don't know how you could have survived. The others just stopped in their tracks. They were frozen in time or something, but you weren't. Why? Like I said, tachyons are unpredictable. Surge must have frozen them in zero time, but why not me? Oh, I know! It's because I was technically not from their time, and neither were you. I, being the engineer of AVAC, was exposed to slight tachyon radiation, more than the others. In some cases, it sent me forward in time, and in others, backwards. The fact that they existed in the same time frame as AVAC must be linked to their freezing in their tracks. And the fact that we didn't exist in the same time frame must be linked to the fact that we were protected. It all becomes clear. How did you guys survive? We simply walked into AVAC because there was no other way out. That could have been suicide. We old-time resistance folk take a lot of chances. I guess you do. Apparently, the tachyon sent you to the future. My booth was programmed to thaw me at the point the tachyon radiation decayed to a safe level. I guess the tachyons let you out of your zero-time field for the same reason. And so, we rendezvous here. The distant future. Let's look around this future. With Chris in control of the human race, it is not going to be pretty, but alright. Nora joins your party! Heck yeah. I was worried we were gonna, freeze ourselves for a millennia or two. So I'm guessing Nora is willing to mess around with that circuit. I vaguely, because I was still extremely young and pretty much only on like the outskirts of the ZZT community at this time, but these were definitely like a big name. There's a few of them won awards. It was definitely something people were excited for. Because I imagine when you're like 13, 14, you by this incomprehensible plot, you don't see it as incomprehensible. You see it as like this master work that you can't comprehend. So you gotta like figure out every little detail and try and understand it. And now we're just like, this is goofy as hell and a lot of fun. And I mean, these are also like pretty decent showpieces. Like this and the one in the past. Like there's nice looking boards. They're good looking games. One of the early ones was incredibly flashy, and that sucked. But they definitely have some nice visuals throughout the series. This is not where I was supposed to go. I took a long detour there. Hey, circuitry! Oh, I know exactly what this one is for. A security mechanism. Maybe for a door. Let's just clip some wires. That didn't quite... Whoa. Oh, that's neat. In a weird way. I don't... Only because there's like nothing else out here do I think this is intentional. But I would have read this as a mistake. It's actually really cool though. This is what I'm talking about. Like, this is extremely neat to see in 1999 for a ZZT game. Just making use, see if I can pause it on like a good frame. I don't think I technically can, but you can see it like flickering the yellow, where it's because of how ZZT updates its line walls. You get like that weird staggered effect. Like, it's really neat. When you put a line wall, ZZT doesn't like update its connections. So if I actually put on my no clip and start walking on these, you can see. So right now, the ones above and below me are still correct. If I walk off, ZZT is going to say draw line wall, and it's fine there. If you do it, yeah. If you go to like a cluster of them, you can see that you can kind of disconnect things a little bit depending on how you move around. And whenever you do change line wall, or put, as I believe the thing in the middle is doing, it'll just refresh all of them. It'll have to redraw them, and that fixes it. And usually it's just like this ugly effect if you don't do that, but Chronos is actually making it like a deliberate visual effect. Just this weird flickering thing, and that's neat. Workers are cloned here. Quite literally. Oh, I can erase them. Like this is the Chronos house style, if ever there was one. Just gaudy blink walls and flashing. Alright. I like the little sword fighting there, but I don't like that sound being completely endless. The green tubes give life. The gray tubes give electric power. How do they give life? The green tubes give life. Food, water, and oxygen flow in one direction. Waste flows in the other. Gray tubes give electric power. Electrons can be transferred along strands of conductive material. Thank you, thinker. Odd how these chambers resemble those behind the Wells Foundation. Pure coincidence. I'm okay. This drone requires more skill with the blade. We got another split path, so... some blinky crops. Underground, livestock is raised and slaughtered. Such protein is reserved only for workers and fighters. Garden continues underground. It's a chamber with a key inside, and just a key here. Perpetuance resides in cycles. This is where balance is maintained. Yeah. Our underground fusion plants provide inexhaustible power. Did we see a red door? I don't think we did. Oh, here's the Chris building. I can't say that word for some reason. In Karths, all men obey. Security, an old and outdated practice, has become obsolete. Go, fellow drone, enter his palace. Blue portals to your left. Exits back to the outer zones. It can only be used by thinker drones like yourself. So I guess Chris is pretending to be Gaia, but everybody's still worshipping a big C. All worker drones are dispensable. They work until no longer needed and can be cloned. There's no pressure plate this time. They got rid of that. Here we go, red door. Okay. Green door, green door. Okay, green door. Okay. Chamber opens. Yellow door. This key hunt really seems like it's stalling for time. Nora, what are you doing? Get out of our way! I want to. The drone cannot move. What did you say, drone? It's complicated. I'm sorry, This is a restricted area. Leave immediately. What the heck is going on? Must fight it. How easy it is to reassert ourselves into this drone's mind. Nora, a drone? You're one of them? No, I'm not. Please, it's so complicated. That's what we've all been saying. Humor us. Access denied. Alright, damn, I have 10 minutes to explain. After that, I'll be gone forever. At that point, kill me. What? A hibernation chamber, or whatever you might call it, behind the Wells Foundation. It was not there in 3000 BC. I was simply hiding from the Tachyon Surge. I went down to the lower levels of the Foundation, where the other thousands lived. I hope you didn't think the Wells Foundation had only 8 members. Certainly not. There were only several hundred out of range of the Tachyon Surge, which froze so many people in time. The rest of us tried to survive outside. We watched how primitive man got food and imitated them. This worked for several years, but then the aliens came. They abducted thousands, some from our group, most primitive man. The rest of us went back to the Foundation and built the status chamber. We slept for at least 100 years, but then the aliens found us and thawed us out. Jane is like the only like major character, and even she isn't really all that major, so much as we're taking her with us every time the game lets us. There's a lot of girls dying in this series, though. Yes. The aliens found us and thawed us out. I escaped, but the rest were taken away. I was the only surviving human with knowledge of Chris, Carthar, and you. I went back into a status chamber and slept until it was trying to wake me up, when the radiation was gone. That was several months before you arrived. Well, the aliens finally found me and abducted me. I saw Chris, recognizing him from our records, his aliens. I then finally knew he was controlling them, implanted a chip in the back of my neck. At this point, every living human had one. Chips through which Chris controls all of our minds. I then learned everything. With the chip, I learned about Gaia, a human Chris sent to persuade the rest of the human race into following Chris. The mind through which every other mind hears Chris's demands. Some of us, including me, resisted, and were therefore slightly immune to Gaia's wrenching words. To hide this defect in Chris's plans, he allowed us to be independent from Gaia when we wished, and dubbed us thinker drones, knowing in his mind he was the only one in his plans who should think. I, the only one who knew he was more than just Earth's conqueror, pretended to agree, but learned to take advantage of my powers as a thinker drone. I hid all my disloyalty until I could get back to the hibernation chamber. I calculated from the data in the computers regarding the Tachyon incident how far in the future you would arrive, and programmed it to wake me when you did. I got in the clothes I was in when you left and went in, then you guys arrived, and I acted surprised, making up the story about always being in there. Now you know. Now Gaia knows you know, and has totally asserted the chip's power on me. It will destroy my individuality. Anyway, we are now in the center of Chris's palace, and this is the CPU of the chip network. Destroy it, and me! Reassertion complete. Individuality destroyed. This is now a surveyor drone. You can't kill her. And this drone will kill you! Nora jumps at you with a knife. Amy gets out her knife and slits Nora's throat. Good lord. Thanks a lot, Amy. You're welcome, wimp. Now it's time to throw this knife at the CPU, as one does. Amy throws the knife and it vanishes. Some sort of portal has appeared in front of the CPU, so let's go in. Well, I chose poorly. Oh, you can actually go back from whatever this is. I think that was just Chris's magic powers. This is our last haven. We're coming too close. Where are you? Travelers. Where from? And how the heck did you get here? It doesn't matter. What are you doing? You must be one of them. Let me see the back of your necks. All your party turns around. Nothing. You haven't gotten the chip yet, then. Alright. We need all the help we can get. We're fighting the Gaia chip. Everyone except those in here and right outside have it. It turns them all into slaves of that Gaia. We demand our freedom as humans with the gift of reason and individuality. Enlightened thinking? Okay. The Enlightenment happened after prolonged peace. Philosophy and egotism as a human race emerged. Strange that it would occur under circumstances of war. What year is this, anyway? What year? Well, 1815, of course! That's all we needed to know. Wait, you must help us fight. Why fight? You have a portal out of... Shut up. Only we can enter the portals. How do you know? In the future, where we just were, I saw several portals. People walked right through them. They looked exactly like the portal in AVAC and the one we just came through. I think our temporal phase shift makes us the only ones who can use them. Alright, let's see what the 1800s are like. They're right outside, the followers of Gaia. Putting up a good front, though. What the heck are we going to do? Go back to that horrid future? We're stuck between a rock and a hard place. Looks like Chris has done it again! And this time you haven't even seen him face to face. So it's a showdown. Joe, Amy, Cal, Bueller, Roto, and a ragtag band of rebels versus the whole human race. What will happen next? Wait for Chrono Wars 13. Wait, I thought this was the... When we traveled to the 1800s, I thought this was us going to the future. Yeah, and Joe won. He fought the human race and he won. The future of the previous past. That's the impression I'm under. Game over. Press escape. Shoutouts to that one dude who's just slamming and jamming. So that's it. It's Chrono Wars 12. I thought this was future of Drone World, but this is everybody getting their chips. But we specifically said it was like 3000 BC or whatever, and now we're saying 1800s. It's gotta be the future. I don't know, there's only one more game, and I'm sure it will answer all of our questions. So let's see here. What's next Sunday? The 1st. That'll be it. August 1st will be known as Chrono Wars Day. We will see how this series ends. Probably not very well, honestly. But that's going to be it. I think we had quite the adventure today. Is 13 the actual intended end? Well, we'll find out. I don't want to spoil it. But next week, we end the Chrono Wars for good. We'll be back again, of course, on Friday with another theme stream. And I think that's gonna be it for now. So thank you all for watching. And I do hope you will all be here next week for the thrilling conclusion. Our final farewells to the worlds of Chrono Wars. Later.